people that asking me about getting into Amazon, you have to become an expert. How do you become an expert? You have to take a course, or if you're trying to do it on the cheap and look at 2016 YouTube videos, it might not work out for you.
Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm.
Hey everyone, it's Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy here, and welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast. Okay, in this episode, things like this happen. Our guest could not show up. So just a few minutes before, the guest had to cancel for some personal issues. So we are not going to be having what we already had planned out. So I'm not in the fetal position, and nor should you, but we'll be talking about, it's going to be an AMA, and I'm also going to be talking about some experiences I've had on Amazon, a bunch of different things. So join us on this episode of Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast. If you are new, and if you are listening for the first time, this is not our normal podcast. We usually have a guest on. We usually get into a bunch of different things, go down a bunch of different rabbit holes. But today it's going to be an AMA. I'll get into that in 2 seconds. So it's about Amazon. It's about Walmart. It's about Shopify. It could be social media. Got TikTok questions? We have been doing a lot of exploring and a lot of learning. And what I always say to people that asking me about getting into Amazon, you have to become an expert. How do you become an expert? You have to take a course, or if you're trying to do it on the cheap and look at 2016 YouTube videos, it might not work out for you. But like courses like Freedom Ticket. So if you Helium 10, for example, if you sign up for Helium 10, that's a free course. I believe it's still free. I'm sure it's still free, which is an excellent course by Kevin King. Or if you can go over to Amazing and sign up for their course, which is also that's how I started in the business, was through Amazing Selling Machine. So they have, I think, ASM 12 out there. Okay, so let's see. Where do we start? We got some questions coming in, Kels?
Oh yeah, we've got questions.
Good.
I'm also posting a link for a free masterclass that is being announced from Sylvia Myers, who's been on the podcast before, and we're actually using some of her services now.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there because you always interrupt me too. But if you're listening for the first time, I'm kind of long-winded. I had a meeting with Sylvia last night. So Hayden and I, that's my other son, producer for the people. They have been working with our brand, and like they've been doing research, and they've been, this is Traffic Ninjas, and they came to us with their final proposal yesterday, or their final research. And what they showed us was incredible. It was about 60 slides, and they went through everything. Now, it's not a free service, and I paid full pop for this. There was no discounts given. It was full pop. And anyways, the amount of knowledge that we received was incredible. So Hayden is working his butt off right now with Bandana on the one brand that I own, and Afalabi. And anyways, I'll keep you informed, because just by doing one simple thing, we should be able to drive thousands of extra visitors to the site on a monthly basis. Just one extra thing. And I'll talk to you more about that when we go through the website and the brand. So we don't hold anything back here on the podcast. What we love about our listeners as well is they don't either. They share their brands. They've come on and shared their brands, and that's what I love about the community. Okay. You know what? Chuck, he better be. Afalabi, you never know. All of a sudden he's there. I don't know if he's seen, what was that one, Mr. Deeds? He's like the butler. He just shows up. So yeah, I'm not sure. I hope he goes. I think it would be really good for him. He is going to be on the online cruise.
All right, fantastic. All right, so we got lots of questions coming in.
All right, let's get going.
7. So let's get into it. from Spencer. Let's grab this one. I have a few customers and I want to target all of them, but I don't want my listing to be all over the place. And this is a pretty common issue for sellers, but like they don't want to niche down. What do you recommend?
Well, if it's a very broad, if it's men or women, I mean, you could start there. But what I would try to do is take a look at the main audience. So for us with soap, we have the main audience that we're going for. So, wellness, natural products, people who have a social conscience. These are people that we're talking, and we are, we dive even deeper into it, of course, but we create that one persona. Now, what do we do with the others? We create same product, different brand, and it could be, for example, grenade soap. For example, more on the right wing side, Dirty Bastard soap, which is, just a fun soap, kind of like a Dr. Squatch's type soap. And these are just same types of soap, but just different box. We have a soap that we sell to fitness. I'm going to say fitness nuts. And Mina, if you're listening, if you're a mudder, I'm sorry, but you guys have to be crazy if you're running these obstacle courses and get covered in mud. So we target Get Clean with Mud, Dead Sea Mud. And that's a different package. And you can charge a little bit more. So depending on those demographics, depending on your keyword research, is it worth going after it? I wouldn't go too broad. Too broad is just not going to make it for you. Well, it's a harder nut to crack. It's just too broad. You could blow your money. But if you niche it down a little bit, find out your persona. Use Sparktoro, and find out what your competitors are doing. Find out what they're posting, who their competition is, who their influencers are, and see what type of target market they're using. So I hope that helps you out a little bit, but it's all in the competitive research to really show you where the money is.
So you try and segment one main audience that you're going after.
Yeah, but the first audience, I would go after one audience at the beginning. I wouldn't shotgun it. And then from that, you can hone in and do dig a little bit deeper later on. You can see how it's going with that. And then if you want, you can increase or you could redo your packaging. So anyways, yeah, I would just make sure that you're doing the proper competitive research to see the biggest bang for your buck on the launch.
Okay, great. Also, Beer Nation, if you guys have answers as well, if you want to share your opinion, let her rip in the comments.
Hey, if you want to join us on the podcast today, let Kelsey know, and he'll send you the link to actually get on and have a discussion with us.
Yeah, you can pop on over and
I'm imagining Tony, if you're listening.
Which, by the way, we do have a giveaway. Tony is giving away 2 pillows from Down Under.
Oh, very good. This guy's cleaning up.
Yeah,
he's doing he's everywhere.
So he said this is only US only addresses. So that's the one stipulation. So sorry to our international crew, but if you are interested to win one of 2 pillows from Tony, just hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, take 2 people, and you'll be entered to win. And I'll put more information in the comments later, but let's do another question from Marina. I got an email from Amazon, enroll in new program, explore brand selections today. Anybody try this new program? This program is supposed to help you list products from your own website.
You know what, Kels? Can you send that over to Vandana and tell her to expand on that? Explore brand selection today. I'm not familiar with that email. I know that they have a couple of programs for new products that are going out there. In fact, we enrolled in one, which has been very helpful. But I'm not sure about that one. Does anybody who is listening know about this new program? I'd like to know more about it, and hopefully, Kelsey, if you can Skype Vandana to see if she knows about it or if she can get us information before the end of the podcast.
Okay, no problem. I'll send that over. Let me
Oh,
see.
look at Andrew in a business lounge, and I think he's having
He
red and
has a
white wine.
question. Does
Oh,
he?
okay.
Should he? This is perfect for the Q&A. Does he? Does he go for the red wine or the white wine?
I don't know. Are you piloting the plane today? That's the question.
That is a good question. Okay, and Marina said she just got the email today, so this is probably pretty new. And okay, great. So let's see. Let's move over. We've got one from Rad here. Where'd it go? Is it possible to do Amazon Lives outdoors in the future?
Absolutely. No problem.
Yeah,
As long
'cause
as you have access, I guess, as long as you have access to Wi-Fi or something like that, because you do have to connect, right? So I'm not sure if you could just use your cellular data or work off a hotspot.
I think just any internet should work because it attaches to your iPhone.
Yeah.
Though for anyone listening who isn't a part of like the Amazon influencer program, it's all run through a mobile app, which I don't think a lot of people realize. So you can live stream from your phone, but then there's also an option to do like an external camera. But yeah, so as long as you have
And that's what
steady
we've been
internet,
doing.
you
Yeah.
should be able to film wherever, I believe.
And don't forget, let's stick on that subject for a second. If you want to go and do something with your brand, be your own brand's ambassador, okay? Why not? You could easily just pick up the phone, go to Live Creator. It's simple to use. What I found, Kelsey taught me everything. But you plug in the products you want to use. If you're offering any discounts, you plug in the promo code. If you're going live just with the camera, you hold it up, start talking, and it's about content. Just talk about your product. Usually the brand owner is the one that's passionate about their product. So you can hire an influencer, or you like, especially the nano influencers that are just getting started. But a lot of them aren't going to have the same passion. And we've discussed this before. There's a ton of nano influencers out there, but there's a few that are really good. And it's as you move up the ladder, you get better and better, but they don't. For the smaller brands, for us anyways, we want to get to their followers who are much more engaged. So and will listen. So they trust the influencer. It could be 500 followers and it'd still be worth it. But anyways, it's just as good to do it yourself because you show the passion about the product. Now, you could hire a face of the brand. Okay. It doesn't mean that it's an influencer. It could be your next door neighbor. We're doing this with soap right now, for the higher end premium soaps. I'm not the guy, I'm more for like, I'll be the guy, I'll be the face of Dirty Bastard soap, but not on the premium product because it's not the it's not the niche, it's not the persona. So we're looking for a face to go out there and be our brand ambassador. In fact, if you would like to give us a video of yourself, we are looking for somebody actively to be the face of a really high-end premium product. But the other thing to this is a lot of people think it's just on the phone. And the last couple of days, we switched over from StreamYard, which I know like the back of my hand, to another a platform called BeLive. It's a lot different. And just being able to stream on BeLive like you would a normal podcast and coordinate with your iPhone, it's a little bit different, but it's beautiful because you could take this, download it. You can manipulate it in a variety of different ways. But step one, just go live. And if you're not comfortable doing it, just try it out. Maybe you don't even go live with your face. Maybe you're just showing the product. I don't know. But you don't have to go live forever. You could be on there for a few minutes. as an influencer or as an Amazon Live influencer, you should be going on there for at least 30 minutes, an hour plus for sure.
Okay, great. Next question is from Spencer. My product has a donation aspect. Do I push this feature heavy, or should it be a low-key aspect to my product offering?
Oh man, this is such a great question. If you do this properly, it's awesome. If you do it wrong, you're going to look really cheesy. So we donate to certain organizations with our product, and there's that statement. So on the insert or on our webpage, you'll see we believe every human being has the right to clean water. We donate to blah 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 blah, and so uh, where's that shown? So we do show it on our website. If it's on my insert card, it just has a link to the page. We try not to brand it because what we don't want it to look like is another marketing tool. Okay, if people see that as, oh yeah, I don't want to say blood money, it's kind of the same situation, right? But it's just leveraging a charity or donation to get money, and that's wrong. In my eyes, ever since I've been in branding, you could have a social conscience, but you don't have to push it and push it and push it. In fact, we don't have it. We're just working on this, but we have 5% that's linked in. And I don't know if you guys know this, but there are lots of things you have to know about compliance when you're working with a charity. It's nice to say, oh, I'll give 5%. Are you giving 5%? Did you miss any sales? There, like with shopping gives, there is, did I say that right, Kels? It's shopping gives, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
with that app, you can go in there, you can link it to your charity, and every product that you have that's linked will give that specific amount, and then you can have a report. Compliance is 100%. And there's also the legal compliance. Like some charities that you work with, I found this. I had no idea until I talked to Shopping Gives, but some have a minimum donation. So I do know with one charity that one of our clients working with, there was a $50,000 minimum, and they came after the charity came after the brand, who didn't even sell that much. So anyways, you have to be very careful. So Shopping gives you all the compliance, lets you know it's the liaison between you and the charity. You can also multi-layer it. It costs extra, but there is something for extra. Like let's say I have different soap brands. So one soap brand wants to do one, another one wants to do a different charity. I can do that with this. But the other thing, there's a feature that says if you'd like to give more, because maybe ours is 5%. If you like to give more, click here, and then you have a selection of 5, 25, 50 or other, and that's not putting in somebody's face. The link on the card, that's not going and saying my brand all over the place. It's going over to the charity so they could donate. That's what I would make sure that you do. It's no problem to do this. Make sure that the organization aligns with your brand, and not only with the type of brand you are, but the brand's personality. Certain organizations are not going to align with your brand or the brand's personality. So keep that in mind. Did that help? Hopefully, Spencer.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, let us know if that helped. We do have a whole video on this. We actually had the Shopping Gives
Yeah.
people on, so you can check that out. I think if you just put Shopping Gives Lunch with Norm on YouTube, you'll be able to find it.
Or Kelsey will do his job.
Yeah, or I could find the link for you, which I will. Let me see. Okay, next one is from Hi, Annette. I am in Europe. Can I promote my Amazon.com product on TikTok in the US? Can I do it alone or do I need an agency in the US?
Okay, I'm going to take a stab at this. And first, if I understand the question properly, then that's one thing. Secondly, I think I know the answer to this. One thing to be aware of when you're working with TikTok. Okay, I learned this the hard way. I've had this confirmed by multiple sources, um, but this might be different. I'm not sure, but this is something that I heard, that I've talked to different people about, including people that have an agency. And what that is I'm in Canada, and we were doing content that was targeting more of a US audience, but we weren't getting that leverage and we weren't seeing that many results. So it turns out that if you're in Canada or if you're in the UK, it's going to populate in Canada. It's going to populate in the UK. Okay. And then you'll get you'll get some action. But as US people start to follow you, or when the algorithm starts to pick you up, it can then drive you over to the US or whatever markets you're looking for. But going back to that question, uh, you can't, if you're in Europe and you want to hit the US, this is what I would do. I would open up the account in TikTok. You could use a VPN and open up that account. Now use the VPN to publish some TikTok videos. And if I understand it, you're trying to target Amazon.com anyways with the products that you're selling on Amazon, then that should not be an issue. So that's something. If anybody knows any different, let me know. But I've asked a lot of people about this because we fell into that being in Canada. And by the way, we are having a TikTok, two ladies on from TikTok. One is the business development person for TikTok, and the other person runs their e-com channel. So they've been slotted for, I think it's February 22nd. That's going to be awesome.
Okay. Yes, and just to add on that, I'm asking Hayden too, because Hayden does a lot of TikTok ads. I believe there is a way where you can, like through an agency, or if you set up a certain account on TikTok, you can actually target ads in the US. But I'm getting more information on that. Andrew also says set up a TikTok USA account. You need a VPN and USA phone number, then get
Yeah. And by the way, USA phone number, I'll tell you, if you're not doing this, so we have many accounts for different things, which require, and I'm talking about, let's say for Amazon or for Walmart, and if you can't use the same number. So I go to Hushed, HUSHED. Now you can go to them directly to their website. Very inexpensive to get a phone number and SMS, no problem. So you can get a voice. You can actually have a voicemail. You can have it forwarded over to your phone. But anyways, very useful. But if you go over to excuse me, if you go over to AppSumo, they have, as of like 2 weeks ago, anyways, the Hushed lifetime membership. And I think it was $29 or something. And it's incredible. It's a great deal. So Hushed is over at appsumo.com. And if you're not a member of AppSumo, why are you not? It is a little addictive. I've bought hundreds and hundreds of their products, and I might only use about 10% of them, maybe even less, but I have them, and they're all good. Like the ones that we have selected, really incredible. There's one for like that compares with Kajabi. It's another training a course educational app. There's GPT is so important right now. So there's lots of AI software. All of this is based on lifetime memberships. So check it out.
All right. And just a reminder, we have our giveaway today. We're giving away one of two premium wool pillows, courtesy of Down Under and our beloved Beardo, Tony Cigar. Also, Tony's here. He's in the comments in the Facebook group.
All right, Tony, you got any questions? Come live onto the podcast. We've asked everybody else, but I know you will.
So he says, I'm
Come
considering
on, Tony.
I'm considering closing the office and retail store and working from home. I'm worried about Amazon verification at my home address, which is not under my corporate name. Is this something I need to worry about?
I wouldn't. So it's like you're traveling, right? So everybody used to talk about in 2013, 14, 15, that if you went to an event or if you were traveling a lot, Amazon would shut down your account. I don't think so. I don't think you'd have a problem with that at all. It's not the old 2016 Amazon. You don't happen, like, I'm not sure if you do this. It's not that it would make a difference, but do you use a VPS or VPN at the office? Anyways, Tony, invitation's open if you want to come on. All right, next question.
All right. The next question is from Andrew. My 15-year-old has a healthy interest in POD, print on demand metal wall art. Set up his own Shopify store with unique designs. Uber cool. Any advice where he can take a course to learn more about POD, and what are the best places to advertise?
Well, now I do know, first of all, you could check out these courses on Udemy, very inexpensive. That's something that you might want to check out. Usually they're $20 a course or around there. Print on demand, I'm really interested in that as well, because our soap brand, the Dirty Bastard soap, is made for merch. That's one of the reasons why we did it. We expect to sell more merch than soap. But let me just read this again. Shopify. Yeah, I'm wondering, first of all, Scott Cunningham, who's been on before, he has a Shopify course called, what is it, Mastery? Kelsey, what's Scott's course called? It's all about Shopify.
That is a Facebook group, I believe, and then he has something else. But let me just give me a second, and I'll find it.
But I would just I don't have a specific POD course I could talk to you about. Andrea Lake and Daniel DeMassa have been on, and they print T-shirts. And that's probably a group that we could talk to, or two people that we could talk to, maybe reach out to Daniel. Actually, Luke or Andrew, Daniel is in our Facebook group. If you DM'd him and asked him about that or posted it in our group, he'd get back to you. He's an awesome guy. He owns a Diepic. Yeah, do that. That's probably your best bet. So print on demand. If I find any courses for you, I'll let you know.
Yes, and Rich, you got it. Merchant Mastery. But I believe, I'm not sure if they work with print on demand, though.
I don't know. I know it's on the Shopify side.
Yep.
And there's so many really good, really high quality POD outfits out there right now. I'm not sure which one you're working with, but yeah, there's so many really cool places that are showing up in North America.
I think Elena Saras too has like a POD course or something they did with.
Does Elena and Todd? Because Elena and Todd are working together, and her group. What is that called? Oh man, maybe you could just ping her and say, what's the group called? I'm joining the group. And this is all about it's about e-commerce, but it's all sorts of e-commerce. It's about Amazon Live. It's about anything e-com, and it's a phenomenal group. It's like $59 a month to join, and it's incredible. It talks to you about all the things that are happening, all the new things, arbitrage side, the wholesale side. Like Todd is a machine when it comes to wholesale. I think he does I think he does like 9 figures a year in wholesale. Crazy. But that is definitely a group to belong to. Let's get that, and we'll post it in the group if we don't have it during the podcast today.
Yeah, I'm looking for it now. It might take a little while to find
Yeah.
it, but okay. Let me see. And we got another question from Spencer. Amazon keeps sending me emails about compliance documents that I already have submitted, but they don't seem to process them. What do? I have 1,000 units coming into Amazon soon, and I don't want my listing to be suppressed any longer.
Well, one of the things you can do, so if you're going back and forth and you've opened up these cases and they're not doing anything, make sure, and just what I do with it might be a little bit overboard, but I actually will take a screenshot of my emails, because if they just magically disappear, you got no foot to stand on. But if you can show that you have your compliance documents up there, have you tried also uploading your compliance documents under product document manager? At least you'll have them on your listing and you can show them. That's one way of doing it. And you can put compliance documents up there. It's one of the types of documents that are allowed. If you're having an ongoing issue with this, I would probably talk to a person like Nir Rava. He's a regular listener here. He could most likely help you out. There's other people out there that could help you out with this situation as well, like Chris McCabe. Or there's a bunch of them, but I'd start off with Nir and see what he could do. And then I would up the game and go over to a guy like Chris. Now, there's no guarantee with any of this, but all this is safeguards. So, anyways, that's something that I would do.
Okay, great. So I found Elena's group. It's createprofits.online. I'm looking at Daniel DeMoss's, trying to find that out. I think this is a paid group and courses and everything.
Yeah, it's $59 per month.
Yeah. Okay. From Luke, do you feel lightning deals are worth doing? If so, what level of discount do you feel is kind of the sweet spot? I know how long is a piece of string. LOL.
You know me too well. Okay, so lightning deals. We stopped using lightning deals about a couple years back, maybe longer, and then we started to use them again. So we have a product that we decided that we're going to throw a couple, like they were enabled. So we threw up 3 products. And we ended up very happy. We had about $15,000 in sales, and we thought, wow, this is a fluke. And then we did it again, and we're finding that lightning deals are back. We went away because it just wasn't worth it. Now, is it worth it to pay these crazy fees for the holidays? You have to have search volume, price, and the demand. So the competition. So if it works out, then maybe it'll work out for you. But for mid to lower price products, it wouldn't really make sense. But for the regular day-to-day lightning deals, yeah, I got no problems doing it. You can test it out. Yeah, 30% is, I think that's the default, but yeah, around 30% savings. That would be 30%. Here's the catch: off of your lowest price. So if you had a sale during the year or over, I think it's a 90-day period or 30-day, but it's your lowest price at that point, less 30 points. So this is really to drive traffic, and you'll find that you'll get a nice boost in your sales velocity, and you'll see some ranking improvements as well. So absolutely, lightning deals, give it a shot.
Okay. Just an update on the Daniel DeMassa course. I found it. It was called Teacher with two E's, but it looks like the website's down, so I'm not sure if they're still doing that. But um, yeah, we can reach out to Daniel DeMassa.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, the guy's great. Put it this way. We always talk about building a brand. Well, you have a good brand when hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people are tattooing your brand on their body. Die Epic. And just check it out. Die Epic tattoos. And it's hilarious. And he knows what he's talking about. Between him and Andrea, the two of them are monsters when it comes to sales and print on demand. They've done over $1 billion in sales.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to check that out, that's Die Epic. That's the brand name. All right. So we have a question from Ian.
And he smokes some really good cigars too.
From Ian, best way to find Amazon Live influencers.
We had that question before, and
What you know?
I went to the live page. On the left-hand side, you had the niche, and I guess it's changed a little from what I understand. We were just talking about this week on the podcast, and you can sort by niche, and it's whatever's been played recently. So you could pick those. Now, it used to be you could drill down, but that's the only way that we were told by one of the influencers that were on. I think it was Monday, but you haven't found any other ways, have you, Kels?
Yeah, so I'm gonna just we can do like a little walkthrough right now, because it's a little tricky to find. If like I would have never even known there's Amazon influencers unless I was doing this podcast just as a consumer. But you want to check out Amazon.com/live.
Right.
So we talked about this on Gina Marie Vega's
Right.
episode.
Yeah.
So let me just.
And I
share
thought
my-
you could go down and you could select anything, and then we're going
Yes.
live. So describe it.
Yeah, so I'm on the Amazon.com/live page. As you can see, I'm following Tony. I recommend everyone follow Tony.
Oh, thanks. I don't see you following me.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm signed in as you actually. So
Oh.
that's you are following Tony. So this is the area. There's a discover button, following tab, and a browse. So let's just go together. So through the
That's
browse, you can see kind of different categories that you can look at. So if you go to health and wellness, for example, you'll see just a bunch of people that have scheduled lives, someone that is going live, and if you go to their profile, I don't know if I can do this. No, they make it so difficult to actually go through. But ideally, you'd want to go to this guy's profile page. I'm not sure how to do that actually right from right here. I don't want to follow the guy, but maybe follow him and that'll lead you to it. Then you can press on the following. So just for example, let's do that. I want to take you to a page. Okay, so view my storefronts. From the storefront, there's usually a link. It could be an Instagram link, a YouTube link, whatever their area is. But if you go to that, which you will then be able to usually have some sort of contact information. So they might have an email, say like for business, contact me here. If they're an influencer and they're doing this full time, they usually have that. So that would be my suggestion, is just go through your categories, click on the different people that you see. But there's no real way to navigate this other than just taking some time and going through. Yeah, so that's what I suggest. And
Why don't we just put that into a post too, just in the group, and we'll just say looking for influencers. Here's one way. And don't
Yeah.
forget Gina, for example. Gina's got a group. She has an agency that promotes. So she started out as an influencer, her and her husband, and then they found a new way to make money, and that's to work with other influencers. And these influencers will give them a percentage, like an agent, of what they're looking for, or what you're paying them. So Gina's agency, and I think it's GMC. We could put that up there. If you just want to take the hassle out of trying to find influencers, these are all Amazon influencers that you could pick from. Or you can go through and try to find it on your own, or you can go through TikTok, the studio, and try to find influencers that way. There's lots of ways to find influencers. It's finding good influencers.
Okay. And yeah, it's called GMC Influence. So
There we go.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gina. She was awesome.
All right. From Rich. Hey, Norman Kelsey. I have a wood product soon to be shipped into Amazon. I believe wood dust requires Prop 65 warnings on the listing and product. Can you share insight on Prop 65 info? For example, certifications, labeling, and listing warnings.
Rich, I can't. I don't know much about Prop 65. Anyways, that's why I have somebody go in and expect. Afalabi does everything else for me, but I can't tell you about the Prop 65. I can tell you about wood. I used to bring in lots of wood. You have to make sure that it's cured properly, especially if it's not cured properly. Let's say it does pass everything, okay? And you got the pesticide documents and you bring it in, it might not be cured. So I used to make grandfather clocks. I used to make them for Bulova. And one of the things that happened once is we brought in some wood, and everything was cool until the spring. And all of a sudden, the side panels on all the clocks, we were getting people talking about it. We didn't have it cured properly, and pop, pop, pop. So just be careful on the curing. Make sure you have the pesticides certificates that you need. What is, I'm trying to think, I don't have it on this computer. There is a certification company that you could check out all the certifications. Now, even on Amazon, by the way, you can check out compliance on Amazon. You can go into what's it called? Compliance. It's a compliance module that they've set up, and it should give you everything that's needed, or it'll give you a good idea on that. I'm sorry, I can't talk to you about Prop 65.
Okay.
I hope you still like me.
Did he ever like you, though?
I don't think
That's
so.
the question. Okay. From Brian. I've got a product that Amazon mislabeled as a different version of my product, larger and a different color. My barcode is printed on the box, and a customer sent me a photo showing Amazon relabeled it. I asked Amazon to check the inventory, and they said they would, but it's been a month, and every week they just send me an email saying the appropriate team is on it, but they can't give me any details. Do you have any suggestions?
That's really tough, and that sucks that happened. This happened to somebody else recently too, where their product got mislabeled. And anyways, Amazon doesn't take the responsibility, but who knows? Maybe they will if you can prove that it's been mislabeled. It can take anywhere from a week or two to it could take a much longer period. It could take 6 weeks, and that's happened. When you've asked them to take a look and then do the inspection, one of the things that they did to me twice is they suspended the listing until they checked until they did their inspection. So now when I'm talking to them, when I open up a case like that, I tell them that I do not want I want them to inspect, but not to suspend. And I don't know if that still works. That probably happened 2 years ago or so, maybe even longer. You just got to write it out. Just keep on them, and just keep the case, like keep it in front of their faces. That's all you can do. They're probably pretty heavily backed up. We know we just came out of fourth quarter, and they're probably still in catch-up mode. Like, put it this way, we were just approved for shoppable videos. It took 6 weeks. On the website, it says 2 days. So I think you fell into that category.
Okay, so I hope that helps, Brian. Let me see. Tony wanted to say that he will be at the Toronto Gift and Home Market from the 29th to February 2nd. He's going to be there on the Saturday, Sunday. So if any Beer Nations members are in Toronto, you can check him out there. You can meet him in person. And yeah, let me see. Okay, so we answered that question. For Marina, after you go live, are the videos displayed on the listings of the products you promoted? If yes, for how long? Can I delete it after I don't like it?
Okay, for this, it all depends. So let's say you have no related videos and you have somebody who's like me. Let's say I do a video and the algorithm picks it up and they put it under your listing. You can have up to 3 listings or 3 influencers on there, and it not only can go on your listing, it could also go on your related videos. So it might take up 2 areas for real estate. And that's, from my end, that's what I would be trying to do. But yeah, these are just, you don't have the choice to select the videos. This is the algorithm that's picking it up and saying what's the most relevant. People are looking at these videos just like they would your reviews. And Amazon, and this is the reason for this, Amazon wants the best videos that they see converting. If my video, which might be really crappy, is converting better than one that's a polished Hollywood style video, they're going to promote mine, even though I shot it with my iPhone in the dark.
Yeah, so I think we should clarify. You're talking about shoppable videos.
Yeah.
Marina asked about live videos, like live streams. Which I
Oh,
don't think
live streams. Okay, I thought you were talking about the video, sorry, the influencer shoppable videos. So you're talking about live streams. Okay, so if you're doing a live stream, the live stream can show up on your product listing. Now, for an influencer, there's three levels of influence. There's rising star, insider, and A-lister. You have to get outside of the rising star to be able to have that happen. As a brand, I believe you can, as a brand, you could shoot your Amazon Live. I don't know if you could delete it.
I don't think it stays up long term. I think
No, it just
it'll play for just that time. I don't
right.
know, like, exactly as an A-lister, that if it shows up on the listing and it stays on the listing for that duration of that live stream. But the videos that we're doing, the videos I don't even think show up on the listing itself. It's only on our platform that it shows. And just going back to the shoppable videos, so I know there's a lot of different terminology too that people might not be familiar with. So the shoppable video is basically a video that we shoot reviewing a product, and this is usually a video that's a minute to 2 minutes long, and it's just a review of the product. If you go on YouTube, you probably see like product reviews. It's similar to that. So if there is at least one video on your listing, that will enable up to 3 shoppable videos to be viewed on your listing as well in that photo video carousel. So it would be your product, photos for 6, it'd be your video, and then it'd be up to 3 product shoppable videos, which is a little secret. If you want to have more videos appear, you have to have at least one video yourself. And then it also appears down
Related.
below in your related videos, videos for this product it's called.
Yeah.
So that's where other shoppable videos will appear about your product, or but these are all generated, as Norm said, if they're the better the video, the better it will do, and they'll show up you can't control. But that's kind of just background of those shoppable videos. But yeah, for live streams, I don't believe they stay up long term for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
And I've got to get going pretty soon. So I think there's one
Okay.
last question.
We got 2. Do you got time for 2?
Let's see if I can do speed round.
All right. From Luke, I've reached out to Shopping Gives on numerous occasions. No reply. Do you have a good way to get in touch with them that I can get a reply from?
Yep, and they're actually part of our group, by the way, Luke. So yeah, we can get you the information if yeah, that's weird that they're not. They're usually all over it.
Yeah, it might be an email issue or something.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is from Rad. Our product was on the listing for more than 15 days. Amazon took us down and asked for more certifications. After sending the accreditation, they send us templated answers. How can I resolve this?
Okay, so you have a listing that was uploaded, you have the certification, and all of a sudden they took you down. And from what I understand, they gave you a templated answer, so just a form email. I would do the typical plan of action. Just provide them with the information, like set it up, provide them with the information that they're looking for, give them everything they need. So it's just a they don't have to click on it, or they don't have to try to find anything. Don't make it long-winded, but just the ASIN. Well, you've sent the information. You can also let them know that you sent it earlier, but you're resending the information to regarding this ASIN with this link. State the issue that there was, and then upload the documents. And that should be okay. If it continues to happen, just send it again.
Okay. Yeah, look, I'll just send you over their email, their contact information. Maybe just send me a message, Luke, and I'll get that over to you. And we got one more if you're able to. If not, Norm, I can just go to Will Kelsey myself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit late here. I'm 5 minutes late for my call.
Okay.
But,
well, so Claudia's going to ask again on Monday.
Okay.
So we're good. And I can cover the Wheel of Kelsey so you can get going.
All right, everybody. So just you can get over there, and thanks everybody for listening today. I know this is kind of an impromptu Ask Me Anything. We would love to do these a lot more and just line up the questions. We can get them, and even to have a couple of special guests on as well to help answer questions. So, if there's very specific specialty questions, we'll ask the experts and see if they can come on with us. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. We'll see you later. Sorry, Kels, I have to run.
Yep.
Want more great information? Don't forget to subscribe by clicking here. Also, if you want to check out our latest podcast, click over here.
Lunch with Lou.